What's up? Are we talking about me today? Yeah, but you gotta let me get through the introduction at first. What's up, adventurers? Today is the first in our eventual complete guide of all the spells in Dungeons & Dragons. I've been wanting to do this for a while, but I've been waiting for the 2024 Player's Handbook to come out so that I can cover them as they will appear from now going forward. So as you can probably tell, today's video is on one of my favorite spells in the game. On one of my favorite spells in the... Dude, come on, you're up. Simulacrum. We're going to talk about what the spell used to look like, the changes it went through, and our general thoughts on my first spell deep dive review. So first of all, what is Simulacrum? A simulacrum is a spell, a 7th level illusion spell precisely, and it allows the caster to create or duplicate another creature, also known as a simulacrum. And they can do this of any creature that they can see. This duplicate is made from ice and snow, but it looks and acts like the original creature. If you aren't aware, the Dungeons & Dragons spell writers are kind of trolling us. With all of the spells, the spell material components are often memes of real-life things. In the case of this particular spell, it's a snowman. You're making Frosty the Snowman. Casting Simulacrum requires some preparation. You'll need a handful of snow or ice, some hair, fingernail clippings, or another piece of the creature that you wish to duplicate. The spell takes 12 hours to cast and consumes 1,500 gold pieces worth of powdered ruby. Once created, the Simulacrum appears to be a perfect copy of the original creature, but it has half the hit points of the original. It cannot gain levels or restore its lost hit points through healing, though it can be repaired by casting the spell again. The Simulacrum is loyal to the caster and follows their commands to the best of its ability. It can't cast spells or use abilities that it doesn't possess in its original form, so if you cast Simulacrum and then level up, your Simulacrum will only be able to do what you could at your previous level. Simulacrum can be used in a variety of ways. It's great for creating a powerful ally to aid in battles, completing dangerous tasks, or serving as a decoy to distract enemies. It can also be used for espionage. You can send the Simulacrum into places where you just can't or don't want to go. However, the Simulacrum spell was frequently abused. Most frequent of all exploitations was the Simulacrum Wish loop. This loop worked by a caster creating a simulacrum of themselves. Since the simulacrum had all the caster's abilities, it could then cast Wish, one of the most powerful spells in the game. And since Wish can duplicate any 8th level spell or lower, Simulacrum, a 7th level spell, could recreate another copy of itself. The Simulacrum would then use Wish to replicate the Simulacrum spell over and over and over again, creating another Simulacrum. This process could repeat itself basically an indefinite number of times, each Simulacrum capable of casting Wish and other powerful spells. This infinite loop allowed players to amass an army of powerful duplicates, each able to cast spells that could drastically alter the game. Additionally, the Simulacrum spell was used to multiply resources. By duplicating high-level characters, players could create multiple instances of powerful spellcasters or skilled artisans. These duplicates could then craft magic items, brew potions, or perform other resource-intensive tasks. They could do this all at the same time, vastly increasing a party's resources and capabilities. This multiplication of resources could destabilize the game's entire economy and change the balance. In combat, creating multiple simulacra of powerful characters meant multiplying actions and spellcasting potential. This provided an overwhelming advantage, allowing players to easily defeat and trivialize encounters that were meant to be challenging. Outside of combat, the utility provided by multiple simulacra, such as increased spellcasting and skill usage, often trivialized complex problems and puzzles. Though technically completely within the rules of the game, this is something that many DMs just outright banned. If you're gonna break a game, why play it at all? Enter the 2024 Player's Handbook, which does a lot, though not enough to rein in the spell. One of the significant changes is the stricter limitations on hit point regeneration. In the original version, a simulacra could only be repaired using rare herbs and minerals worth 100 gold pieces per hit point. This made it relatively easy to keep a simulacrum in good condition. In the new version, the simulacrum must stay within 5 feet of the caster during a long rest, and the caster must expend components worth 100 gold pieces per hit point. This change makes the repair process more restrictive and challenging, increasing the risk and resource cost associated with maintaining a simulacrum. The casting range and conditions have also been modified. In the original spell, the duplicate creature needed to be within range for the entire casting time, which could be managed with some preparation. In the new spell, the creature must be within 10 feet of the caster for the entire 12-hour casting period, and the caster must touch both the creature and a pile of ice or snow to make your snowman. This makes the setup more cumbersome and difficult to maintain, especially in hostile environments or during travel. This change increases the spell's logistical complexity and reduces the ease with which it can be used in non-secure settings. The new spell also clarifies that the simulacrum cannot take short or long rests, effectively preventing it from regaining hit points or spell slots naturally. This significantly limits the simulacrum's longevity and sustainability, as it cannot recover from damage or restore its magical capabilities through rest. This limitation ensures that simulacra are more of a temporary resource than a permanent addition to the party's strength. It helps to prevent powerful spell and ability abuses that could be regenerated while resting. So creating infinite copies of your warlock in your party is not going to be quite as effective. Both versions of the spell have the same duration and destruction conditions. The simulacrum lasts until it drops to 0 hit points, or it is dispelled, and casting the spell again destroys any existing simulacrum. However, the new version's repair mechanism now requires proximity to the caster, adding a logistical challenge to keeping a simulacrum operational. This change increases the risk and resource cost associated with using and maintaining a simulacrum, making it a more tactical decision rather than a straightforward power boost. Despite these improvements, some issues remain. The new version prevents a simulacrum from casting simulacrum, closing the simulacrum spell loophole, or at least I'm sure that's what they thought they were doing, but it does not explicitly prevent it from casting Wish. This showcases the disconnect that those that are making the rules don't really understand what the community is doing with them. This means that while the infinite loop is addressed, it's not solved. Other potential exploits involving Wish remain possible. To fully close this loophole, the spell could explicitly state the simulacrum cannot cast Wish, or any spell that can replicate the effects of simulacrum or Wish. Resource manipulation is still a concern. While the new limitations on repairs and rest mitigate some of these issues, a simulacrum still retains the original creature's capabilities. This means it can still duplicate powerful spellcasters, providing significant utility and combat advantages. While I don't think this is a huge problem, with action economy being the way it is, to further balance the spell, introducing a finite duration for the simulacrum's existence, such as 30 days, could prevent indefinite exploitation and ensure that the simulacra are used more strategically. The repair mechanism could also be adjusted to be more stringent, for example, requiring rare and specific materials, or a higher gold piece cost for repairing could further balance the spell. This would increase the resource investment needed to maintain your simulacrum. Additionally, making the repair process more time-consuming or requiring specific conditions, such as an alchemical laboratory, could add further balance. Additional casting restrictions could also help balance the spell. For example, requiring a more elaborate or costly setup, such as needing a ritual circle or extra repair components, could deter casual or repeated use of the spell. This would ensure that the spell remains a powerful but costly tactical option rather than a go-to solution for problems. What do you think? Does the spell as it exists now need more nerfing? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And as always, if you like my content, please make sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon, and check out my Discord server link in the description below. P.S. No one tells you that simulacrums need a lot of food and they're expensive to feed. In fact, I think I need to run to Wegmans for the 3rd time this week. Until next time, keep rolling those dice, and may the quests be epic.